Hey, Dream Drivers, welcome to episode 416 of the Dreams and Drive podcast. Today we have a shorter episode. We are going to be doing an edition of The Road Trip. If you are not already signed up, The Road Trip is my new weekly newsletter where I take you down a trip down memory lane. And we're going to be sharing insights from my own personal dream driving journey. And I hope that sharing these parts of myself help you along your journey in some way. This week's road trip is all about Oprah. Well, not all about her, but you'll see why. And I called this one, I knew Oprah was going to respond. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. I hope that you take something away from it. And just know that me being able to write and think creatively and express myself in this new platform has really been cathartic and healing for me along my own journey. As you guys know, my father passed 3 months ago, and it's just been so tough for me. But being able to just reflect on all that he was, all that he is, because I know he is still here with me, living within me, living beyond me. It's been really helpful. And I know that the lessons that I'm sharing with you through the road trip will definitely help you along your own journeys. So buckle up and let's go. So I start each newsletter out with the tunes. And today I want you guys to play YG Marley's Praise Jah in the Moonlight. This has been my song for a long time. Whenever I hear it, it just puts me in this space. And it reminds me of the theme of today's drive. And as the son to the Grammy Award-winning singer, rapper, writer Lauryn Hill, and also the grandson of the even more infamous Bob Marley. You guys, everybody knows who Bob Marley is, and most people know who Lauryn Hill is. You know, so inspiring to watch as YG builds and grows his own artistry. And it just made me think, what lessons do the greats pass on to their offsprings? And is all that we do, all that we are, a form of nurture and nature, right? Is who we are because of who made us, or who we are because of who we want to be or who we become? And I want you to listen to this song because you're going to hear whispers of both his mother and his grandfather. Also, his father, too, is also, I think, Rohan Marley, so he's also musically inclined. And if you think a bit, I want you to just think about who made you and how you show up right now. Like, close your eyes. Close your eyes right now and just think about who made you and how you show up. And when you're ready, put on your seatbelt because we're about to take a spin around the block. So today's drive. One of my best friends from college, Mary, came over to my house last weekend, and I love visits from Mary because I can always be myself. Plus, she likes to cook, or she likes to eat what I cook, and we almost always are cooking and doing something with food. So, Mary, at my house, it's always fun. As we sat down from a home-cooked meal, we had oven-grilled jerk chicken, sticky white rice with red peas, fresh vegetable, sweet plantain. Mary mentioned to me that she missed the road trip releases. I missed them too because I had every intention, guys, to be consistent in the beginning days of the newsletter. But life really got a hold of me, and a month quickly went by without a new post. And I told myself I got to do better. So that night, in an effort to hold myself accountable and not be stuck in the land of like, what the heck should I write about this week? I sent her a text and asked her to give me a prompt, something to respond to that I'd then commit to. Here's what she asked me. When it comes to raising kids, what lessons did you keep versus decide to do differently from how you were raised? And it's funny that she asked me that because my dad has been on my mind again. The wounds from his passing are still fresh, and as of late, I keep having this sense of anxiety and worry that I won't live up to his parenting, that I won't be able to raise my sons with the same vigor and attention that he and my mother gave us. Life just seems so different now than it was, I'm assuming, for parents with kids in the 90s and the 2000s. But then I realized and now know they too were just trying to figure it out and keep us alive too. So here was my answer to her. One of the biggest lessons my father taught me that I want to give my children is a confidence in themselves. He always told me to try because you never know what's going to happen. I'm going to share with you guys a letter that I wrote to Oprah in 4th grade, and it was because my dad encouraged me to write it. It is very likely that Oprah never read that letter, but little me never thought it wasn't a possibility. That's the biggest lesson. Here's the letter for you all to read. I keep a copy in my phone photos because it's a reminder to me whenever I don't quite remember my why. So if you guys have the newsletter, I actually included the letter, and I think it just makes sense to read it because it's just really telling. So here it is. Dear Oprah, how are you doing? My name is Raina Campbell. I attend Cleveland Street School. It's 102 years old. In fact, it seems like the first pair of students are still sitting in their seats. Our classrooms are obsolete. We don't have enough school books to pass around to all the students. Chairs and desks are limited. Supplies run out quickly and no refills are available. We have the best teachers out of Orange Elementary schools. You see, they aren't treated like that. They're not given the opportunity to teach their best. Our gym and cafeteria and auditorium are all in one. It's not even fit to be one of them. My friend found a caterpillar in her salad once and mold all over her salami. That's why I bring my own lunch every day. You see, it seems as if it's still $18.99. My school may be beautiful in architecture, but not in size. It's too small to fit over 400 students. My school is obsolete. For years now, the PTO has been fighting to expand the school, but the state isn't giving into it. They can expand the big enough schools for the rich, nice suburbs, but when it comes to Orange, they just don't want to look at our point of view. Even my classmates want a better playground, swing sets, or even a basketball hoop. We have to walk to another school for an auditorium. The so-called gym has ants crawling up the walls and isn't big enough to hold a class of 22. That same gym is our lunchroom. The same problem persists. Classes are too small. We don't have enough of them. The oven that they cook food in isn't even as big as my 5-burner stove. Could you imagine walking to school to get an education, but the education you want to get is coming from a slump? You might be wondering, why won't this girl's parents send her to a private school? You see, Miss Winfrey, my parents can't afford to send my sister to college and then their 2 younger girls to private school. I want everyone at my school to have a chance of succeeding, and that's why I'm asking you, a person on ability, to help at Cleveland Street School. You might not want to, but just take some time to think about it. Can you please help my school? It's in need of many things, and some don't want to help us. When I look at your show and see all the good things you do for people, I think Oprah has such a good heart. I wonder if she could do something for the students of Cleveland Street. Whatever you do with this letter, I hope you give it consideration. Sometimes it takes 2 of the same kind to make a matter better. Love, Raina Campbell. Imagine a place where you can unwind and relax. IKEA can help turn your bedroom into a calm oasis. From comfy mattresses to the perfect lights, we've got everything to create your dream bedroom so you can sleep like a baby. And the best part, all at incredible prices. Head to IKEA and grab everything you need. Get ready to rest, dream, and wake up feeling refreshed. Shop today at your local store or at ikea-usa.com/sleep-es. And get it delivered straight to your door with our convenient delivery services. When I think about it, like, the first thing that jumps out to mind is, like, my dad really had me thinking that Oprah was going to read this. I don't even know if I really sent this letter, but he really made me sit down and write it and was like, you got to really try because you never know. You got to shoot your shot. And I was convinced. He couldn't tell me otherwise that, like, it didn't make sense to write it. And looking back at a 4th grader and how I was able to really articulate all of this is just so amazing to me. But I wanted to share some pointers about why I'm sharing this with you guys and what this really means to me. So first of all, like I said, I'm so amazed at just the belief and care that you can feel in this letter. Like, who was this little 4th grade Raina? She was a force. I wrote that because someone believed that I could, I then believed I could too. We all need that person in our lives. Someone, aka my dad, always made it his duty to remind my sisters and me that anything was possible. And yes, that included my certainty that Oprah herself would donate money to fix a random elementary school in New Jersey. Sometimes it takes 2 of the same kind to make a matter better. Isn't that something? At that age, I saw this little speck of greatness within myself. I thought that me and Oprah were alike in so many ways, and it just shows me that representation matters. That confidence and the idea of dreaming big, always being possibility first, like, really never left me. My desire to figure it out, find a way, has been this guiding star throughout my life, and it was a seed that was instilled in me early on. And it reminded me of the hope that I too sometimes and hope that I'm planting seeds of confidence, curiosity, and audacity in my own children. Parenting is tough. It's like the hardest job you'll ever have to do. And there's so much at stake. And I'm realizing that it takes a patience that can be really hard to have sometimes, and an attentiveness. And you have to know who your children are and to really be able to pour into them. And it's so easy at this age because they're still small, right? Like you're the center of their lives. They want to be you. So I hope that I can continue to just plant these seeds as they grow older and outwards. And when the world has such a bigger influence on their daily interactions and decisions, I just hope that the seeds that I've nurtured over the years stay with them. So when I see my son just get so happy after piano classes or just talking to others about the new words and concepts he learns, or when Diesel just says something new, and I just can't help but smile and just hope one day it all makes sense. And here's the big thing that I want you guys to take away from this week's road trip. Innocent naivety. Wait, am I saying this right? Innocent naiveness? Naive? Well, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Being innocently naive can encourage brilliant creative breakthroughs. There's so many ways that my dad instilling a confidence in me has manifested itself today. And maybe that's part of the reason why you're reading this now or hearing this now, listening into this podcast. And maybe it's the confidence that these words will somehow make a difference in someone else's life that just fuels me to keep going even when I want to give up. And I'm realizing now that I didn't get to answer the last part of my friend's question. So I'm just going to throw it back to you guys. Maybe you guys can think about this. Social media, make sure you're following Dreams and Drive on social media at Dreams and Drive. The question that I want to ask you now is, what parts of how you were raised would you do differently? That could be a whole nother podcast because we all have good things we loved about how we were raised and things that we didn't like about how we were raised. So would open it up to you now. I'm sharing something that I liked about how I was raised, but let's talk about the things that we didn't like and how we can use that to be better for ourselves and for our children. So lastly, you can't be a dream driver without your keys to success. And so I want to share my own key to success for this week, and it's kind of inspired by this letter. And my key to success for you guys is to build a personal success archive. So many of you may wonder why I still have this letter from over 2 decades ago, still so accessible. And ever since I was a young child, I would save important artifacts. I call them artifacts. I was like building this personal museum. I had this sense that someday I'd want to or need to look back at these documents for clues or validation. And so that's why I suggest that you guys do the same. Start to build your own personal success archive. Document things that mean something to you, things that you're proud of, accomplishments, insights that you may one day want to pass along to the next generation. I think in this world of like technology, we're losing a lot of the physical aspects of what it is to be human. So just start building that and collect those things for yourself. And on the days when you need to pick me up, you'll be able to access them. And just being able to go on my phone and take a screenshot of when someone said, "Thank you for putting out this episode," and just seeing that conversation helps get me fueled up and ready to attack the day. So that's it, guys. Remember, if you want to get the road trip in your newsletter in your inbox every week, just go to dreamsanddrive.com/join. That's dreamsanddrive.com/join. And I hope that me sharing this letter that I wrote to Oprah inspires something within you. And it's funny because my friend today reminded me, because we were both in these programs called A Better Chance. So she was in New Jersey Seeds, and Oprah actually donated to those programs. So somewhere along the line, Oprah did help me in some way further my education. And maybe one day I will meet her. Maybe one day we'll get to talk about this letter in person. As always, keep dreaming, keep driving, and we'll chat again in the next episode. Bye, guys.